Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been living in various Airbnbs for a month with Mike, and we still have a month left, so we're right in the middle at the moment of our 2-month B&B adventure, as we're calling it, until we move into our new flat. I was going to make a video about the experience we've had like living in B&Bs for quite a while, but I started filming it and it sounded quite boring, to be honest. So instead, I was replying to lots of comments that I get on my princess party videos about how I run my princess party business. I always reply to the comments on these videos, but I thought that I would make a third video about them just to answer some of these questions publicly, just because a lot of them are like recurring questions that I get asked quite a lot. So without further ado, question number 1 is by Tara Morin. Sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. I have a quick question. I'm looking to get into princess parties soon, and I know about the copyright issues, so just to fill you in, I talked about this in part 2, which I will link up here somewhere. The copyright issues, advertising, and avoiding certain names, but at the party itself, are you allowed to call yourself Elsa and use elements from the movie? This is a really good question. Again, if you don't understand this copyright issue, do watch part 2 of my princess party info. The short answer is yes, you can, because obviously there's not, I hope, going to be a representative from the Walt Disney Company at the party, so no one who's high up enough or like would sue you for using those names is going to be there or hear you use the names. So as long as you're advertising as the Snow Queen, for example, once you're in the party, there's nothing to really stop you. I mean, the kids are going to think you're Elsa anyway and call you Elsa, so that's fine. Number 2 is from Lily Lovage, and she says, do you have any sort of disclaimer you get the parents to sign in case of something happening to the child or the venue so that they take full responsibility? Great video and so helpful. Thanks. Basically, I was going to mention this in part 2, but I didn't. What I did was I had like almost like a contract. So if someone booked with me, I would get their address. I would send them this like thing that they had to sign, and then they would send it back to me with the deposit money. I think I used to do a £50 deposit, but I'm not entirely sure. If I was at home, I could show you my contract form, but I'm in the B&B, so I don't have it on me. But it would say something along the lines of, please note that a parent must be in the room at all times, a parent or guardian, so that you, the princess, aren't like alone with the kids, because, you know, first of all, it covers yourself against any like any drama, and also I've had this before. I did a party, even though I sent this out, the mum did leave me alone with the kids, and they were just being horrible to me. They were trying to like rip my costume apart and like tear my wig off and stuff. It just wasn't nice. So it kind of stops the kids misbehaving as well. Number 3 is by Ava or Eva? Ava? I think Ava. Hi, I'm wanting to start this as a business this Christmas. I was just wondering how you deal with copyright. Is it just a matter of not saying Disney, or do I need to buy something or do something? So yeah, again, this is in part 2. Basically, you can't use the words Disney in your advertising. You can't use any of the names that Disney owns. Cinderella is fine, Rapunzel is fine, Sleeping Beauty is fine, but I think Aurora is Disney, but Sleeping Beauty is okay. Basically, the ones that are the names of the actual fairy tale. So Snow White, that is like an old fairy tale called Snow White. Disney don't own the name Snow White. However, things like Elsa, you would have to call Snow Queen. Belle, you would have to call Princess Beauty. Jasmine, you can't use. She would have to be like the Arabian princess. I say this in all my videos. The best people, if you're not sure, go on Little Princess Party's website. They're an American party company based in Iowa in America, and they're just fantastic at this. I think their website is partywithaprincess.com, but I'll link it below, and it's linked in all my other ones. They have a list of their characters and the names. You can like check what's good to use. Question number 4 is from Lauren is Dawson. Hey, I'm thinking of setting up my company. I've worked as a performer for 2 years and want to run my own. Just wondering how you made the first steps to get your first bookings. I'm currently buying costumes and finding it hard to get good ones that aren't hundreds of pounds. Costumes. Yeah. The best ones, I think the ones that look best are really from like Etsy and like proper websites where they like commission them. But they are really, really, really expensive, and they never used to be. I mean, when I started in 2014, yeah, it must have been 2014, I think, I'd gone Etsy, and there would be some that were like really expensive, obviously, like over £1,000, or like, yeah, over £1,000. But then you would also still be able to find like cheaper ones. Like, I got my Elsa costume from a shop called Angel Secret, who used to be, either they used to be on Etsy and now they're on eBay, or the other way around, I can't remember. My Elsa costume from there, and it was like one of the, like, they did like a few different Elsa ones. They did like a really, really cheap one. They did like a really, really expensive one. Mine was like somewhere in the middle. I think mine cost like maybe £100. I mean, my Belle costume was from Etsy as well. My Snow White one I bought off a friend, but I think she bought it from Amazon. And it's really difficult, but I mean, I would say just focus initially on finding one. I would suggest starting with Elsa because obviously she's just the most popular still. Start with like Elsa or maybe Rapunzel. Um, Save up, buy the costume, buy the wig, get some photos taken. Don't have to be professional, just get your mum to take some pictures. That's what I did. And get some leaflets made. Ask if you can like pin them up in local schools or like if they can hand them out. Post them through people's doors. Like, do what you gotta do. Make a Facebook page, post it all over Instagram. Don't worry about annoying your friends. My friends are probably sick of seeing me post stuff, but you need that promo. And also, once I talked about this again in one of my other videos, but I'll mention it again. Just once you get that first booking, take some leaflets along and ask the mum of the child to like put some of your leaflets in the party bags, because if the kids had a good time, they're gonna go home to their mum and be like, oh look, we can have her at my party too. And that's a really useful tip, trust me. The next question is from Anne, oh no, Anne Cervantes. Do you have an Insta or Facebook page for your business? I don't have an Instagram actually. Not just for the business. I have my Instagram, which will be linked below, and I have a Facebook page which is Fairy Tale Princess Parties, but it doesn't get used as much anymore because I've been busy. But I do have a Facebook page for the business, yeah, and it is actually really helpful. As always, if you have any more, feel free to comment down below. I will link the first two parts of the videos in the description. And thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well if you like all these sorts of videos. Thanks guys, bye!